Good morning, friends. Myself, your botany mentor, Dr. Mukesh Kumar. Yes, we started very interesting topic of botany, morphology of flowering plants. Yes, in last class we just understood what is angiosperm, and today we will continue about diversity of angiosperm. It's your second lecture of morphology. So let's see about diversity of angiosperm. Yes. So whenever you talk about the diversity, you have to study, yes, with respect to their size, habitat, lifespan, isn't it? Nature. These all collectively depict the diversity of angiospermic plants. So let's start first diversity with respect to size. Whenever we talk about the size, you will have a very common and GK type question. What is the name of smallest plant? Angiospermic plant. Yes, it is Wolffia. This is the very smallest plant. And you will be happy to know that this plant is found in water. Yes, so it is aquatic in nature. Fine. Second, you will surprised to know that usually they are the rootless angiospermic plants, right? So aquatic and rootless. Second, tallest plant, yes, it is eucalyptus. You all know about eucalyptus, very common plant it is. Now talking about the largest plant, yes, it is the ficus species, banyan tree. You all know about the banyan. Yes, this is about ficus bengalensis. Ficus bengalensis. Yes, so it is your banyan tree. Now talk about the diversity with respect to the habitat where they are found, the native place where the plants are being grown. So if the plants are growing on land, they are called mesophytes. So the habitat is mesic condition, maintained soilance, sleet and loamy soil will be there in the very maintained condition. Usually all plants where we are the mesophytic plants like the mango, rice plant, your rose plants, what you know, very common plants around us. These are the mesophytic plants. Now, if the plants are found in water, it's called hydrophytes. You know about the hydrilla, very common plant. You have experimented during class 10 study. So these are also known as the aquatic plants found in the aquatic habitat. But when these plants are found on sand, yes, this is the xeric condition, this is a xeric habitat, and such plants are termed as xerophytes. So in this way, with respect to habitat, we have three types of plants: mesophytes, hydrophytes, and xerophytes. These are very important terminology. During whole morphology, we will have to use these very important terms: mesophyte, hydrophytes, and xerophytes. Apart of this, yes, we have to also study three important or special plant. First one is the halophytes. Halophytes, yes, salty water, saline condition is there, and the plants found in such habitat are called mangrove plants. Yes, you all know about the Rhizophora, Solanaceae. We will study further en route. Now, if you will find that a plant is there and this is the host plant, another plant is found upon that very host. So this is the guest plant. So if one plant is bearing, developing, growing upon the another plant, such plant is called, this guest plant is called epiphytes. So plants growing on another plant is called epiphytic plants. But if plants are growing on rock, completely rock area is there, such term for the plant is lithophytes. So lithophytes is there. So in this way we have three important other terms. One, halophytes, then epiphytes and lithophytes. But the common terminology is mesophytes, hydrophytes and xerophytes, right? Now, yes, now we'll talk about diversity at the rate of forms. Yes, whenever we talk about the forms, the plant has important three forms. One is called herbs. As you say herbs, very common example reflect in your mind, this is grass. And with grass, you know, whole plant is green. It is soft. It will prostrate on the soil as it is very weak. So these are very weak. That's why soft. Whole plant is green. Right? So this is the herbs. But whenever we talk about the shrub, what happened? Remember rose? What happened? Whenever you find in rose, their basal part is not very green. So it is little, you can say, woody in nature. But as it will go up, means to say at apex, the whole part, this is green. So green is little bit softer than to this basal part. So this shrub is being characterized as woody at base, but herbs at apex. No trunk is there. I am telling woody nature is there as it is hard and stuffed, not very trunky. Mind well, whenever you talk about the trunk, you have to just use the term trees. Tree means to say trunk will present, and these trunks are thick and woody, as you know about the lychee, mango, peepal, banyan. These are the trees. So on the basis of the forms, we have important tree form, herb, shrub and trees. Right? Now, talk about the diversity of angiosperm with respect to lifespan. Lifespan means to say from birth to death. A plant starts with buds and continue till the death. So this span is called lifespan. Okay, it is also called as study of lifespan is also called as macrobiosis or aging. Right? Now see, on the basis of lifespan, plants, that is angiospermic plants, can be grouped into three important yes, first one is annual plants. Second one, very common, biennial, and third one we have is perennial. Now discuss the important 4 points. First one is life cycle completes in annual plants. That life cycle time is 1 year. That 1 year is supposed to be 1 season. Okay, so if you are just sowing a plant, right, in the single season, and you are going to cut the plant by end of that season, usually this is supposed to be the 1 season. And on the basis of their life cycle pattern, means from sowing and final by harvesting, this is supposed to be the 1 season for that particular plant. So here what we find, that 1 season is supposed to be the 1 year, isn't it? So you are finding that annual plants completes their life cycle in 1 season, and that is supposed to be 1 year, isn't it? And you can also understand that if you are finding the rotation of the season, that 1 season, if it is continued, then it will come just after 1 year. So it is also very common concern. That's why you can say, either you learn or you get the concept very much clear, that 1 season will return just after 1 year. So better to say 1 year or 1 season, both are same. Now talk about an example. What you will find in annuals? See, pea, wheat, rice. Now try to understand. I think very common plants we have pea, wheat and rice. These plants are being shown once in a year. In the particular season they are being grown. So what we find, and next year we preserve their seed for the and next time sowing and harvesting. So what we find? We find that these annuals, what happened, passes the unfavorable period in the form of seed. This is very important concern and might be the part of your next forthcoming examination NEET, that it passes the unfavorable condition in the form of seed. Fine. Now very important points. Usually all the annuals are monocarpic. What do you mean by monocarpic? Mono stands for one, carpic means fruiting, flowering and fruiting. So if flowering and fruiting once in a lifespan, then you can say the plant are monocarpic. So mind well, all the annual plants are monocarpic. So they flower or fruits once in their lifespan, right? So by only these 4 points come to their comparative study among annual, biennial and perennial. So in biennial, what happened? Yes, bi means 2. So we have 2 season or year. Example, radish, turnip and carrot. Usually found in colder area. In warm places, they become annual. This is very important concern. These are also monocarpic like the annual. So you can say annual as well as biennial are generally monocarpic in nature, right? But whenever we talk about the perennial, by name perennial, several seasons, means to say if you have a plant, then what happened? This plant will flower and fruit once in this year. Next time, second year, third year, means to say every year in their season, such plants will flower and fruits. So these are called perennial. But very important and more diversified condition you will find with perennial, that perennial may be monocarpic or polycarpic. Yes, usually they are polycarpic in nature. As I told, they are surviving more than one season and flowering and fruiting more than one season. So generally they are polycarpic. But remember, once you will find in the case of the bamboo, Strobilanthes, these are important plants, usually perennials, but they are monocarpic, means to say in bamboo you will find that about 45 to 50 years they take to flower once, and once the bamboo will flower and fruits, finally they will die. Okay, so by their nature these are perennial, right? But flower and fruit once in their lifespan, that's why they are also monocarpic. So we studied here for diversity. Yes, first we studied about diversity at the rate of size, second diversity at the rate of habitat, then diversity at the rate of forms, and diversity at the rate of lifespan. Yes, now this is the time to analyze yourself. You can have to analyze this important question, very true question, new framed question for you. Just do these 4 questions and finally check your answer by this answer key. Okay, till that, thank you very much. Meeting you in the next 3rd class of this morphology, taking the root consonant. So have a nice day. Thank you very much.